comedy intro.
We're ready.
Yeah, you interrupted it.
Oh, fuck, I can't hear it.
I know, it's a solid commercial.
I'll tell you when we're ready. I'll introduce you. You're funny.
Like I said. Do you like my tail?
Welcome back to Iron Rage, the show where Lee Priest and I released all our frustrations with the world. Lee, you were up very early today, and I waited to the last minute, unfortunately, to tell you about the show today, and I was actually thinking that you probably would want to do it tomorrow, but you were up at like, what, 4 in the morning?
Yeah, and it was funny. When I went to bed, I said, I normally do the show Wednesday, and I said to my wife, I bet Dave's going to text really fucking early and say we're going to do the show. And I checked my phone at 4 a.m. and here it is. Can you do the show at 4:30?
I noticed that tattoo on your left cheek there has been fading more and more, and you actually, it's almost gone. Is that exciting for you?
It is, because I got 2 different people on Instagram who have been sending me new designs. They've been doing up for new designs around the eye and stuff. But once it's gone, I might wait a little bit before I get something new.
Oh, so you really want to get something else there?
Yeah, what, do you think I was joking?
I thought you were kidding.
No. Look, if I say something, Dave, I'm going to do it.
I thought you just wanted to get rid of it. I didn't know you wanted to put something else there.
Yeah, because I had that one for like 13 years. It was just getting boring, because you see it all the time, so I'm just getting bored of it. And if I wanted to change, I just have to get bigger and bigger. So I said, just get rid of it and then start with something small.
No. I had one of our listeners contact me and tell me that he has a new laser that's coming out that I don't know what his association with it is. 2 treatments, it erases any tattoo.
Oh, who is this? Fucking Darth Vader from the Death Star? They got a new fucking laser gun.
Contact Lee. I'm sure he'll be your guinea pig.
Not only does it remove the tattoo, it removes your fucking head.
Yeah,
so
he takes out half your brain with it, which might not be a bad thing.
I enjoyed your show yesterday with, I listened to it yesterday with Chris Aceto going over everything and how he was even talking about F. Lee Bailey as a consultant. So, which is pretty good now, because you did mention how when all this was going down through the documents, the act wasn't really completed or something like that. They don't know what happened. So with F. Lee Bailey, because you're so good in the OJ case, we can use the same defense. See, we'll get Sean a plaster cast off his penis. Then we'll get her a plaster cast off her vagina. Right. And if it doesn't fit, you must quit.
There
Perfect.
You go. Maybe you should be the lead attorney instead of Rick Collins on this case.
I think so. I saw Rick Collins was on this, so I guess Rick I always thought was more into the steroid side and drug side and legalizing drugs.
Me too.
So maybe that could be there, because I also heard Blackman said that steroids make you a rapist. So they've got Rick in now to prove that steroids don't make you a rapist.
Yeah. How fucked up is Blackman to allow a thread on his form? Be controversial. Be controversial. Steroids make you a rapist. What? How moronic? How fucking stupid is this person?
Well, can you imagine the next Mr. Olympia when all the guys are standing on stage looking out there into the audience of the women? It's be like a big fucking rape train going on at the Mr. Olympia and the Expo and fucking everywhere. Everyone that's on fucking steroids. We do know that, I guess, eating healthy and doing whatever diet he's on makes you a fucking idiot. So whatever Steve's eating,
but this is coming from Blackman over at MD, who has over 2 more subscribers on their YouTube channel all of a sudden out of nowhere than we do. They gained like 40,000 subscribers in the last 2 weeks, and they have 100 views on every video.
I'm sure over Steve's lifetime, being fit and healthy and training, he's dabbled in the use of a little bit of steroids here and there. So maybe a little bit of test and that. So.
No, I used to tell him, I said, Steve, can you imagine if, he used to say to me, can you imagine if I took steroids? Can you imagine? Can you imagine,
Dave? Can you imagine all the girls I could rape? Oh my God, I'll be raping everywhere.
I could rape Lee Priest. I could rape Lee.
I could rate Kai and all those guys with them beautiful glutes. Oh, I could rape them in the ass while they're raping a girl. Oh my God, it would be fantastic.
In all seriousness, let's talk about the Olympia, because Josh Lenardowitz, Lee, has just, as you know, made an announcement on his Instagram recently saying that he was not going to be doing the Olympia due to health reasons, but that he was going to be fine. Why do you think Josh might have dropped out at the last minute like this?
Well, I have no idea. I'm sure if someone's got health reasons, I wish Josh all the best. It's, you got to do what's best for you. But
sure.
I did cop a bit of flack for that, because Josh did post up, I'm dropping out due to health reasons, and health comes first. I got to take care of my health. So all he said was my health, this and that. And then I saw it, you posted that, and other ones posted it, and all I saw then was the trolls attacking him. Fucking steroids, fucking this, fucking that. And I hate seeing that, because if he's got a health problem, the last thing you want to see is dickheads, which you do get in this sport, going on about steroids. It's because of all the drugs, it's insulin, it's this. So I simply made a comment saying you're better off sometimes just being honest, whether it was cancer, whether it was mental health. Just say, this is what I'm going through, and the true fans are going to support you. And everyone would say, get well, blah, blah, blah. Leaving it open to just saying health, then the trolls come out. So all I said was, sometimes you're better off just being honest, saying what it is. You're going to say it anyway eventually, but don't stop the trolls. And people started coming out, why don't you shut up, Lee? It's his own private business. Well, if it's his own private business, you shouldn't have said nothing at all then in the beginning, just to not even worry about it.
We should have made it public, exactly.
Yeah, so I got attacked just for saying that you should have just said the truth. That way it would stop the trolls, because I just got sick of seeing the trolls attacking him, saying steroids. So all I said was, you should have just said whatever it was, mental health, cancer, this, that. But then I think on your thing, you did come back saying it had nothing to do with bodybuilding. It had to do with a baby or trying to have a baby or something. Well, why not just say that in the first place? I'm not doing the Olympia. I'm stepping back because my wife and I are planning on having a family. Everyone would have just said congratulations, and that would have been it. But when you're in bodybuilding, if you say anything health, you're having a break due to health, it's going to be steroids, kidney, liver, this, that.
Of course, because that's more glamorous. But think about it, Lee.
But once again, Dave, I'm the bad guy.
You're always the bad guy. That's your role in this industry. Now, but Lee, think about it. Here's a year where there's no Sean Roden. There's no reigning Mr. Olympia. There's no Ramy. There's no Phil Heath. There's no Kai. There's no one in the show. There are guys in the show, but there's no stars in the show.
I'm thinking, looking at who's in it now.
This would have been a good year for him to do the show.
Would have been a good year for me to do the show.
You're right.
But the thing is, I'm thinking if everyone comes in shape, I can see the front runners. Well, Ruley, I like to put him in there, but Ruley never comes in that condition where he can win. He's always comes in a condition where he'll make top 5 generally, but not win it. But if he came in dry as a bone, he could. But right now I'm seeing Bonac, if he comes in great condition, Brendan, Curry or Dexter. Those three there, to me, seem to be, sure, maybe Nathan or someone could pull something out of the bag, or someone else we're not even thinking of. But at the moment, if I think of the Olympia lineup and who's in it, I see those three guys, if they're in their best shape ever. Like if Dexter's in his best shape ever and the others are off, I see him winning it again.
Yeah.
Or Brandon Curry. But Brandon's a little lighter on the legs, but who knows come the contest day. Then Bonac himself, if he comes in the best he's ever looked, he's right up there. So I think those three are going to be in the top 5, top 6, no matter which way it goes. So, but like I said, it's wide open for a new Mr. Olympia again. So
right, but I'm saying that this would be a great year for Josh to do, because Josh would be almost a shoo-in for top 5, you would think.
Yeah.
Then if he really wants to have a kid with his wife, he does it after the Olympia. Why do you think he decided 7 weeks before to say, hey, I'm going to try to have a kid now,
Who knows? It's we all have our little problems, and like I said, priorities. Your family should always come first. If it's
I agree
with that issue or stuff like that. So your bodybuilding's always going to be there. Josh is still young; he's got plenty of years left competing in him and that sort of thing. So it can take a toll on you when you get ready for a show. We all know how you got to alienate yourself and get into that zone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to focus on family, and that's especially a big show like the Olympia. So it's just putting these priorities first. There'll be plenty more shows for Josh to come back and do if. That's what he chooses to do. Sometimes, who knows, that, you get a guy like Josh or anyone that gets into bodybuilding, and the first couple of years they make this big splash into the scene, they win a few shows, do well, but then after a while, priorities change. It's like, yes, I still love bodybuilding, I love competing, but now it's not my number one priority. I've got other things I want to do, and do this sort of thing. So yes, I might still compete, but I'm not giving it 100% the competing first and then family. It could be other things first, and then throughout the year, if I feel good and that, and I got time, I'll do a contest. So we all change priorities and how we think as the years go on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right in that sense. I just think this Olympia is so special. It's so wide open now because of Roden not being in the show and because of all the other superstars not being there, that this would have been a year that, Josh could have really challenged these guys, and who knows, he could have won the show. I don't know, I just feel like Olympia, it's a weird year to miss.
This Olympia is wide open like a fitness girl's legs in a hotel room, but that's just me. That's just me saying something that I don't know what I'm saying because it's too early in the morning. But don't shake your head at me. I'm on steroids. I'll come and rape you.
These bodybuilders, they're rapists. They're all rapists.
Can you even believe that they even made that a subject?
Can you believe he made that post?
I've never been on there, but I could just imagine the comments would have been even as dumb as the fucking...
Well, I mean, anyone who posts on that board has got to be pretty dumb to begin with. So, I mean, they're just kowtowing to the mentality on there,
This is the reason I stay natty, so I don't go raping people. I don't get road rage, I don't get roid rage, and I don't rape because I'm a lifetime natty. And you know what natties do? We just masturbate because we don't have the raping gene in us. I masturbate. My wife doesn't get any sex because I'm not a rapey person, Dave. But when I'm on the gear, let me tell you, Dave, I rape my wife, I rape the couch, I rape the cat, the dog. I fucking rape anything. If it's got a hole, I'll fuck it, Dave. I'll fuck that thing so hard because I'm a rapey on the gear. If I see Steve at an expo and I'm on the gear, I'm going to rape him.
Oh, he would love that if you raped him.
He would like it, wouldn't he?
He would love it if you raped him. Oh, my
he'd probably take me to court for... Why is he in court? He raped me. So what's wrong with that? He stopped. I said, no, don't stop. And he stopped. I do not like that. He stopped before I finished. I was halfway through the vinegar stroke and he stopped. So... He led me on, Your Honour. He led me on. He said he had ripped glutes, and when he took his pants down, they were fat. I did not know.
He led me on. He tricked me. He coerced me. He coerced me with old pictures.
Yeah, but back to the Olympia. Who else is actually doing it? Is the whole thing with Hardy Chopin? Are they still trying to get him over for it, or what's going on there?
Yeah, according to AMI, they're working on getting his visa. But I think if they get his visa, he should do the 212, don't you? I mean, that's a shoo-in win for him.
Yeah, because he does look good. Like even in the Open, because you see Bonac in the Open and he does well, and they're about probably the same height. But to me, Bonac's physique looks, I don't know, more pleasing, 3D.
I agree.
Hardy does have good condition and size on him, but I don't know, Bonac has that 3D round look to him, like a freaky look, whereas Hardy does look great, but it's not in that same sort of thing. So if he did the 212, yes, he would definitely be the front runner to win that, even though, what's his name, the other guy who you had on, goes by Mr. USA on his thing and that. Derek, Lunsford. Yeah, like he'd probably give him a good run, but I think conditioning-wise, it'd be tough call there. So but yeah, in the Open, I think he might get lost with some of the other guys who just like Brandon Curry's physique. He has that 3D round, formless looking Dexter and that, so he might get lost in that lineup. Conditioning-wise, he would hold his own, but overall, when you're judging the overall physique, he might lose it a bit there. So people are saying, he could win it. Well, no, he couldn't. He could do very well, but I don't see Hardy winning the Olympia.
He's not going to win. What do you think about Dexter? What are the odds of Dexter stepping in there and winning the show?
Oh, Dexter's right in there to win it. I wouldn't count him out one little bit because, Dexter's conditioning spot on. His, shape and muscle and fullness, he looks great. The few pictures I've seen of him up there training at Gold's Gym with Charles Glass and that, so you can never count him out. And now that he knows it's wide open himself, I might just give him that little extra boost to step it up a notch and come in. Because, if Curry's on and he's on, to me, I think Dexter's legs and that looked a little bit better than Curry. And Dexter's also got that mature look where he looks like he's granite hard. Curry does come in hard and conditioned, but Dexter just had that mature muscle look where it just looks, that grainier look. So
the guys to the left, Dexter can compete against. The only person I think Dexter may have a problem with is is Bonac, like you said, because Bonac's got the great legs,
Yeah, I think that's why I see those three probably battling out. But, it's the Olympia. You never know to the day. And somebody who we've got in the back of our mind thinking, yeah, he might be top 10, all of a sudden walks on stage and you go, holy shit. It'd be like that time Ronnie come in. I was thinking about Ronnie come 98. Everyone went, oh, shit, look at Ronnie now. And he blew everyone away. So at the moment, I see those three being the top three front runners. But anyone could, we've seen Ruley come in so full all the time. If Ruley could nail his conditioning, bam, he could win it. Or if that Kai Green's just lurking out there and we don't know something, and he just goes boom and turns up on the day. So there's so many things happening there. We've had those little things of Kai hinting and saying stuff, whether he's just doing that to get the talk going and stuff. But if Kai got his conditioning, it'd be his show to lose.
I think it would be a walk in the park for him if he brought the conditioning.
But the sad thing is, I said it to my training partner Matthew the other day. I said, if Kai come in and won it, it would be great. He's won the Mr. Olympia. But then every dickhead's going to go online. Well, who did you beat? Sean wasn't there. Phil wasn't there. This wasn't there. So then you're going to have that, okay, you won the Olympia, but it was a hollow victory because some of the big names weren't there. So you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Right,
so.
But in 10 years from now, no one will remember that that there was no one there. Kai's got to end his career with an Olympia win. I'm sorry. I just think if he can put that cherry on the ice cream sundae, it's gonna be a very, very satisfying ending for him. And I think it would really be a great movie, the Kai Green story.
And Kai to me too seems the type, where you get a lot of guys that win the Olympia, they want to come back and win it again. Kai just seems to have that many things going that, okay, he loves bodybuilding, he loves the training, and he loves the competing, but he's got, a bit of movie stuff that he's doing, he's got his comic stuff that he's doing. To me, having the Olympia title, I think Kai would be happy with one title because he would have that Olympia. Yeah. He's going down in history as Mr. Olympia. I don't see him with that mindset where I'm going back to defend it another 5 or 6 times. He'd be like, look, I've done that, I've won it, and now I can move on and do these other aspects in my life. Be just like another tick marked off the bucket list. I've won the Olympia, then I can move on.
Right. I think that would be a really great ending to his movie of his life. I mean, when you look at where he came from as a kid, as a kid in foster homes and abused, and probably someone that no one thought would ever amount to anything. Starting bodybuilding when he was 13, in a juvenile home, and it's an amazing story. It's absolutely mind-boggling that this guy was able to escape from that path that he was on to destruction.
It's almost like sounding like The Voice. Now, you ever watch The Voice or America's Got Talent?
Yeah, of course.
Before the contestant would come out and just fucking sing. Now it's like, and our next contestant is Michelle Smith, and she's from Kentucky. This is my hometown of Kentucky. I used to come down here and sit by the river with my father. He passed away a year ago from cancer, so I'm singing this song for him. I just really want to go out there and make him proud because I know he's watching from it. Everyone's got a fucking story now about the whole fucking life and all this bullshit. Who gives a fuck? Just go and sing. Once you...
See, God has cursed Lee, took his voice away from him. I think Kai's...
Iraq and all this sort of stuff.
You were cursed.
It's like everyone's got a story. It's like, just who cares? And then they take you to the hometown and show the family and this sort of stuff. We had one here the other day on The Voice. She got to the finals and the whole thing was she was wearing the bandana because she was a breast cancer survivor. And every time she sung, like, oh, you're so brave, you're doing this for the women. And then in the final, she had the bandana off and she had a full set of hair. Bitch was leading us on. It looked like she was bald in the beginning, getting all these sympathy votes and all of it. It's like, come on, just get on there and do the thing. Yeah, we all know everyone's got a story, but, I'm not going to go on there saying, hi, I'm here. When I was 6, I had a dog and got hit by a car.
But Lee, you know why people do that?
I still think of Fluffy. Fluffy really gives me inspiration to carry on.
The reason people do that is it gets emotionally to the judges. And let's face it, like in bodybuilding, it's a very subjective thing of who's going to win at America's Got Talent, just like it's the same thing with bodybuilding. If there's a great story behind a competitor and it's close, who do you think the judges are going to judge for?
No one, because they don't care. Trust me, I know. I have great stories and I got suspended. What the fuck does that mean?
That's because you got a big mouth. That's why you got suspended.
I had lots of great stories, Well, I got a big mouth because I got to tell these stories, Dave.
That's right.
I can't just fucking...
The problem is you have to tell all the stories. You should probably only tell half the stories and then you'd be all right.
But No, you got to tell all of them. You've got to be honest. Open and honest is the best way to be. I've always said that if you're open and honest, people can't hang shit over your head, because I'll tell you straight up myself. But the thing with the voice and that is, the voice is, you can hear their voice and when they sing, but a lot of times now you get these little girlies that watch it, and if a guy can't sing, but oh my God, he looks so cute, I'm going to vote for him. So you'll have this guy who's marketable, sings like shit, will win the show, and then they'll do the old Britney Spears and just add the synthesizers in and all this fucking electronics to their voice, and they'll make millions. Did you see that girl on Dr. Phil about a year ago? She was like a real gutter trash. Her mum couldn't control her. She's like, "What you looking at? Catch me outside. You don't know me. You don't know me." This sort of shit. They had her on TV just a couple of weeks ago. She just signed a couple of $1 million record deal doing rap albums, and she won some award as new artist. Like,
oh, really? Wow.
What's the world coming to?
Maybe you should become a rapper.
Yeah, like I said, like I said, you're a wanker, you're a cunt, cunt.
There you go.
That was actually.
You could be making millions.
That wasn't me rapping. That was my Tourette's kicking in.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Tyler said that he'll produce your record if you want.
I reckon it'll be good. But hey, some of the shit I've seen out there couldn't be any worse than some of the crap that's out there.
You got to write some lyrics, some hip lyrics, though.
We've got to come up with a name, though. You've got to come up with a good name, like Papa Pete Priest or something. You can't just have your real name. I want to be like Cardi B or someone that, Cardi B's on TV now. She's got all this money, all this fame, and she's like, oh my God, anxiety and this, I need time away. I'm getting so. I was like, oh, fucking hell. Jesus. Talk about nut jobs.
We'll hold a contest. Guys, in the comments below, if you have a good rap name for Lee Priest and you can figure it out.
But before you go, when I think of Cardi B and her stupid big ass and all the others and the Kardashians, why is it girls want these big asses? Don't they know that's just like fat and injections? Because you and I know, or everyone knows, whoever's dieted, when you diet down, your ass disappears.
Right.
Like it's just fat. It goes away. You get shredded glutes or you just get a tight ass.
Yeah.
We have the Kardashians who are heavy. Chloe's got a diet book now. They've all dieted down. Their legs are like this. Their upper body is like this. But they've still got this massive fat ass. How does that happen? Come on. And now girls just go to the gym to work their ass. That's all they're working. It's like, I work my ass, but I do it. My ass, I just work at McDonald's. I don't need to go to the gym to work that.
You know what? I guarantee that their ass does not look good out of the clothing that they're in. I remember Blackman actually shot Kim Kardashian for a cover of Fitness RX for Women years ago, and she was in such bad shape they had to put her in a dress. So they
well, it's like they all wear those tights that hold everything.
Yeah, it was like they hold it in.
Here we call it jelly, but over there you call it Jello. It's like when you get that Jello in the mold in the fridge, you're like, oh, it looks so firm. You take it out the mold, it goes. All that hail damage. It looks like you might see Neil Armstrong's footprint on their fucking ass between the craters.
We should all have as much money as the Kardashians do. Do you know that
the mother wants to do another season for $300 million?
I was going to say, do you know how much? If you want to get Kim to tweet something for your company, $1 million for one tweet or one Instagram post.
That's sad that the young girls, so these are the people they look up to inspire to be. Yeah. There's a funny cover on the magazine here. It's like the Inquirer, and it had Kim Kardashian in distress from plastic surgery. Her own daughter doesn't recognize her anymore. I hate one of those cunts with the fucking face app recognition on your phone every week. Does not recognize. Oh, fucking hell, what's wrong now? No, I have to do a new photo every week because the face recognition can't pick you up.
Anyway, well,
you have to get one. You look at all of them. The whole family looks different. They all look weird. The youngest one, Kylie, she doesn't look nothing like she used to look.
Yeah, they definitely love their plastic surgery.
See, they could be good there. If they could be good their whole life, if they're good their whole life and they suddenly die, they could go to hell. And then when they go to hell, say, "What am I doing here?" And God would be like, "Well, fuck, I didn't recognize you. I didn't know it was you. So how could I let you in the pearly gates?"
Everyone wants to look different. They get bored, right? Some people tattoo their face, Lee. Some people get lip injections.
Yeah, but and right now my wife's here getting dressed for work. You're looking beautiful. I've had a shot of test. You know what that means? Rapey. Oh, she even said it herself. She even said raping time.
Ah.
All right, baby.
And it's only 4:30 in the morning
No,
there.
but fuck, it's no fun when they're a willing participant. I'll get you when you're not ready.
And on that demented note, I'm Dave Palumbo with Lee Priest for another installment of Iron Rage.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lee.